Flight Boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of that Terry Smooth. Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel. And I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about the 3 forms of eating. Now, I have a video about this, but it was basically explaining that you have 3 forms of eating for your 3 bodies. But now, in this video, I'm going to talk about what you're actually eating in your 3 forms of bodies. Now, slowly but shortly throughout my videos, I'm gonna slowly but shortly bring you into the process of understanding these 3 bodies that you have to a totality. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand how not to conflate them, how they're not one and the same, but it's just one connected to the other, connected to the other. Because we know in every existence, it takes 2 to create one thing. Things are not condensing itself into something. Things are being created. And you know, the spirit is a powerful motherfucker. So you need to understand how powerful your spirit is. Your spirit has a lot of power that you see a lot of darkness has, and dark matter or whatever like that. Your spirit actually lives in that realm and has that kind of power. Your spirit is not a light in darkness. Your spirit is of darkness. Your body is made of light. So your light is of light, brightness. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, spirits like to ride vessels and like to utilize all shapes and forms. Now, your spirit going to eat the highest density of the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? Your soul is going to eat the middle grounds, the vibration part of the physical realm, and the energy of it that you see and the shapes and forms that you see is what your physical body going to eat out of the physical realm. So things are eating, but your spirit come from the frequency realm, your soul come from the vibration realm, and the frequency realm is your spirit, and it's orchestrating everything, and it's a bad motherfucker. This motherfucker be making bodies for itself, preparing meals, preparing shit, preparing realms of realities to live in. So this is a crazy, powerful motherfucker. So I'm gonna let you know about your spirit if you ain't know about your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been letting other spirits utilize your vessel, and you're not able to utilize your light the way you want to use it, you know what I'm saying, you letting other spirits utilize your light, which is your body, then that's your fault. But I'm gonna get you back empowered. Now check this the fuck out. Now when we want to talk about motherfucking what your spirit eat, let's start with that first. Your spirit eat the highest. See, everything has a frequency, vibration, energy. The frequency, vibration, and the energy. The frequency is the life. The vibration is the experience. The fluid, the astral realm, the life of it, and the death part is the energy. So when we say the frequency, vibration, and the energy of that, the highest dense of the energy realm would be things like light and gases and stuff like that. So when you look at it, your spirit eats consciousness. Your spirit eats ideas. Your spirit eats light, eats sound, eats information. This is what your spirit eats. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you understand that each form and what each thing eats, they each exhaust itself also. Each of them exhaust themselves. So, you know, just like how you eat a lot of food in your physical body, then you have to exhaust the things out or flush the things out. This is what your spirit does also. Now, your spirit is eating information, sound, light, you know what I'm saying? And all those forms of situations that come in that kind of density. So that's what your spirit eating. Your spirit like to make bodies and shit out of these things and all kind of shit. But once you eat a lot, you have to, so think about it like this. The moment you stop thinking, the moment you stop trying to analyze, the moment you stay fixated in your own thoughts and don't like to see or be consciously aware of anything else, then technically you are becoming spiritually dead. You're going to kill that body. You're going to kill the body to be able to think effectively. So, you know, a lot of religious people are spiritually dead. A lot of atheists are spiritually dead. You know what I'm saying? People who are unwilling to perceive and raise their consciousness or be able to understand, and they're not eating. So you're getting skinny and skinny. Your spirit is getting skinny and skinny and skinny. You could be locked into your own way of thinking about things, to the point that you're not considering anybody else's ideas on things. So your spirit is getting skinny and you'll become spiritually dead. Now, when it comes to your soul is of your individual spirit, your ability to have your own perception about the travel that you're going through. So this is your vibrations, your feelings, your experience, your time, your emotions, your movement, your fluid. So this is your shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas that I like to call it, the smokeless flame, in the astral realm. Now this eats vibrations, feelings, and emotions. Now I teach y'all how to travel in the yin realm. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to the yang realm yet. That's the energy. But for the most part, the vibrations, you eat vibrations with your soul. You eat emotions and feelings and ways of feeling about things. This is what you eat now, as a soul. Now think about it like this. Say you stop feeling. Say you get emotionally dry. You get emotionally numb, right? You have no feelings. You don't care about nothing. You have no care. You just do what you do. You ain't got no feelings or emotions. What happens? People call you soulless. Right? That's technically what happens. You become soulless because you starved your soul. You starved your soul so much, you become soulless. Now try to do that with the energy portion now. The energy portion of the frequency, vibration, energy. The death stage, your physical form. Try not eating. And what's going to happen? You're going to become very skinny and you're going to die physically. So you could die spiritually. You could lose your soul. And you can die physically. You see what I'm saying? But it's just really transformation from starving yourself and not doing things in moderation. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about if you are eating effectively. Now, with the spirit, you could be eating a bunch of wrong things, right? So, say you're eating a bunch of ideas. You're eating a bunch of conscious awareness. And this is what you have to understand too. Once you dive into this realm of reality, you understand that you're always receiving. You're always receiving. So once you know that you're receiving with all your glands, with all your things, then you will be able to decipher what you're receiving and what's yours. So for an example, you'll be able to decipher what's your thoughts and what's not. What's your spirit and what's not your spirit. And you'll be able to decipher if you're getting used as a vessel or not. So you're always constantly receiving. So when you catch a thought or get a thought, a light bulb on your head, or you catch a feeling, right? Or you're not in your feelings, you catch feelings. Key word, you're not in, you could be in your feelings, but the reason why you're in your feelings because you caught feelings. And when you catch it, when you playing baseball, you catching something with a catcher mitt. So you caught that from outside of you. So you see what I'm saying? So you always receiving. Now, your ability to create that little friction, the male and female, positive, negative, that don't exist, that we create, your ability to cause friction, to think in your head, to decipher, is this my thought or not? Not actually saying is this your thought or not, but actually thinking in your head, does this make sense or not? And then that initial point when you feeling like, hold on, is these my feelings or not? Boom. The ideas and the feelings that you come up with when you go through that process, those become your thoughts. And then when that get pushed out in the universe, and for other people who are vibrating on your frequency vibration, aka having the same ideas or feelings that you have at the moment, they'll be able to receive the same thoughts that you put out. And it's the same thing they do. So we all bouncing off each other, whether we're around each other or not. We all got telepathic skills. So y'all don't understand that. This is how the cell phone and all that shit was made. But it's made from what we really do. We really connected wirely and shit like that. But literally. Not these fake wires like y'all see down here. But for the most part, we really wireless. But let's get back to it. Now that you understand that you're receiving everything, so the thoughts, the conscious, this is how you eat. The same way you eat, you stuff your mouth, you're receiving food. You do that with the spirit. So you could be eating a bunch of the wrong things. You could be eating a bunch of the wrong ideas, eating a bunch of the wrong concepts, listening to the wrong people. You could be in situations where you're in a situation where you experiencing the wrong things. So you being consciously aware of the wrong things. And you see what I'm saying? And other people's actions. So your spiritual, that's your spirit eating, right? So if you're eating a bunch of bad shit, you're going to have a bunch of bad shit on your mind. If you're eating a bunch of good shit, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not overeating, you're not stuffing your spirit to the point that you're just a fat person, you can't even move in the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? You stuck in one place, you could get stagnated like that too and become lazy because you think, and that'll play out in your life as a person who think they know it all. So that's a spiritually lazy person. They didn't ate so much information that they think they didn't ate so much light and laws and language and sounds and informations and things of that nature that they didn't got spiritually lazy and they can't even travel to the point that they can be wrong because they ate a bunch of the wrong shit and made them fat. You eat a bunch of the wrong junk food down here, you get fat. You can receive a bunch of junk information. You see what I'm saying? And you got shit that'll kill you, to the point that your mind be on the wrong thing, so you be around the wrong people, place, and things, and that'll kill you. It could go way deep, right? And then how you shit or piss from the spirit body is it go down, and it's like the spirit making the food and get ready to shit and eat out for the lower level to eat it as feces, and the lower level is your soul body. So once you have an idea or feelings, once you have an idea or thought or conscious that you ate or information, right, you start to gain an emotion and feeling about it. Now you starting to receive feelings, right? So this is how your soul eat. Your soul eat how this made you feel, the vibration that came with that frequency, with that line. You see what I'm saying? With that wire, the how that wire was moving when it came to you, the shit, that's the vibration, that colors that came with it, the shit that make you feel, emotions, right? That's how you eat in the soul. So things that you put a lot of attention on and vibrate with and resonate with and put all your emotions and feelings and passion in and start to express it and shit like that. That's how you eat with the soul now. This is why you can make soul food. What happens when your grandparents make soul food, right? They put their soul in it, right? That mean they put their feelings and emotions in it. They wasn't just dry and logically, technically try to cook something and percentage and things of that nature. She did it how grandma did it. You see what I'm saying? That's soul food. You know what I'm saying? You always get fuller when you eat soul food, right? Because with soul food, you're not only eating the physical portion, but you're eating with your soul also. This is why, you know, religious people may not know why they saying this, but really, you know, when they say pray over your food, that's really what they're trying to say. You know, because when you pray over your food, you're giving an extra emotion and feeling, and you can reshape the DNA of something. Like you could reshape if your water is toxic or something like that. You could just say, you ain't gotta pray, but you could make affirmations and shit and change that water. Same way over the food. But this is what religious people are really trying to get at. They might be ruled by a lower spirit, but that lower spirit's smart too. All spirits are smart. If that spirit know how to gain and control, then that's a smart ass spirit. We gotta respect them kind of spirits. And it taught a lot of religious people that if you pray over your food, right, you give the food worthy. You give the food like you appreciate it, whatever like that. So it add much more. So even if it's not a lot on the plate, this is really where it came from, and religious and people wanting to have something and praying for shit. It really came from poor people who didn't have much. So if you prayed over the food, that little bit of food on a plate would fill you up, because not only do you eat physically, but you eat with your soul also. So it's like you psyching your subconscious. Really, it's like, you know, these spirits know how to trick your subconscious. It goes deep, but that's another video. I don't want to do all that. But for the most part, when you eat with your soul, you know what I'm saying, that's you eating feelings and emotions. So it's an extra emphasis. So when a person knows, this is the middle realm between the physical and the spirit. If you know how to eat here, you may not even have to physically eat a lot of times. You can eat a small portion of something in the physical body, right? And it'll be that much more. It'll make you feel like you actually are full in the soul realm because of the feelings and emotions you put on there. You start to add like, I don't really need to eat and things. People who learn how to live in moderation and eat small portions and learn they diet and stuff like that in the soul realm, these people know how to lose weight a lot faster than someone who try to cut their diet in the physical realm. And the person who's losing their diet in the soul realm, right, that don't even got nothing to do with physical eating. A person who know how to eat and know how to do things in moderation and not eat and don't overindulge in the soul realm, these people, they will appear as a person that can eat anything they want in the physical realm but never gain weight. And then a person who's cutting off all their diets and trying to do this, that, and third to be sitting there like, why is I'm still sick? Why is I'm out of energy? Why is this person living longer than me and this person? See, because they got you got to understand your three forms of eating. You can't be lost in the physical. Everybody lost in the physical for some strange reason. You know what I'm saying? Now, when your soul eat, and when your soul digests, because you can eat a lot of bad shit, you could be around a lot of emotional, toxic people who are toxic to you emotionally. That's eating the wrong things with your soul. So it make you experience stupid shit, make you do dumb shit on the full moon, make you realize stupid shit, make you manifest dumb shit in your life. In people, places, and things. Now, how that digests, how that shit and piss, right? It goes into a physical form and it plays out into a pleasure or something that you want to get into, and something that's in the physical form. So something that 9 times out of 10 play out in something that's your fucking favorite dish. You see what I'm saying? See, so you see how the spirit created some shit, then the soul created some shit, then eat and take a body in, then your body is about to create some shit to take a body in, then when it's cold outside, for you to sustain your travel in this body, we done made up shit like coats and shit like that. You see how we just keep going? Like, it's crazy, but for the most part. Now, yeah, so you shit and piss, and then all that get manifested in your life as Now you get exhausted, and now you need to eat with the physical form. And then you can eat a lot of bad shit there and eat a lot of good shit here. You know what I'm saying? As far as, but meats and trying to decipher between it being meats and plants and dirt and rocks and shit, that's irrelevant. That ain't got nothing to do with someone's health and things of that nature. And when you start to step into that realm of reality, you'll understand. You know what I'm saying? You'll really get it. It ain't what you're doing, it's how you doing it. So for the most part, yeah, this is your 3 forms of eating. So be very careful what you eating with your spirit. Be very careful what you eating with your soul. Be very careful what you eating with your body. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's always something pertaining to you, something you resonate with. Don't be trying to go try everything new and try this, that, and the third. If it's something that you resonate with, you resonate with it for a reason. And for one person that might be a cheeseburger, for another person that might be pizza, for another person that might be dirt, for another person that might be tree branches, for another person that might be vegetables, for another person that might be fruit, but all y'all truly got y'all different realms that y'all come from. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand, everything is a form of life. Everything is a form of, if it was growing, it was vibrating. So, and it has a form of fluid in it. So a form of fluid, so that's actually a soul. That's actually a vibration. That's actually an experience. This is why you can create your emotions by the things you eat, by the fruits that you eat and things of that nature. So once you start to look at it, you'll start to think that, okay, certain things is for certain purposes, right? So once you get it, your whole mind will be out of the physical realm of what could damage you, and your mind will be somewhere else. For an example, it may be something that you want to run from. It may be a circumstance or situation that you might have just got a ticket or some shit like that. But you say you ain't got no ticket, but you want to go and drive somewhere without no license for something. Eat a piece of chicken. Chickens always escape. Chickens always run. You can cut a chicken head off and a chicken is still motherfucking run. So that's just like out here when you step out in the air. If you eat a piece of chicken, I guarantee you won't get pulled over that day. But you got to be thinking about it that way. You see what I'm saying? You create the imagination. You can't be letting these outer forces create for you. But if you understand where the reality came from, then you will be able to pinpoint how to create the reality. And that's how you do it. If something is called something and it's named something, it has that frequency vibration from somewhere. And it's taking that shape and form just in your realm of reality. Do not get lost in that light or realm of reality or what shape and form that it is, though. Or what it's called. Take the energy for what it is. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's like, for an example, you don't want to be a fucking cow. What do they call cows? So you big old people who get fat. So you don't want to eat a bunch of hamburgers, right? But think about what cows do, though. Cows milk the game. Cows know how to get in and get out, especially with business. So if you are a cow that's in moderation, then, or you come from the spirit tribal cow or something like that, then you can eat how many hamburgers you want. But you will know how to do it in moderation, and I bet your ass a motherfucking beast in business. Go look at successful business people. I bet they won't tell you to disclose cheeseburgers. I bet you a good successful person will always tell you to have a good old cheeseburger every now and then. I'm telling you. Your mother, it's cheese and hamburgers, lettuce and hamburgers. Y'all got the game fucked up about because of how it look or this, that, and the third. Listen, cheese. What is the frequency of cheese? When you want to go make some money, you want to make some cheese, this, that, and the third. Boom, hamburger. That's a fucking cow. A person who's very savvy and because they know how to milk things. They create the milk. Everybody want milk. Everybody want milk and honey and bread. Think about milk. Think about that's a resource. If you a motherfucking cow, you a resource. So take that into eating with your soul. Be a cow in your soul. You ain't got to eat a bunch of hamburgers, but know that in your soul. Know that when you in business, you know how to eat certain and milk people for their vibrations and feelings. Now you may be perceived as manipulative, but I bet you goddamn manifest every goddamn thing you need because you a goddamn source. So y'all got the game fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Now you got to think about it. You start to see candy and this, that, and the thirds and the colors that's on back of the potato chips and stuff like that. Everything serves its purpose. So it's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. So you know not to overindulge. You know to do things in moderation. And once you see what things really are, you know when to do it in moderation and when to do it for it to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? So it benefits you. Remind you, you're here to benefit yourself. So these things, all kind of tools out here to benefit your motherfucking self. You see what I'm saying? You got to use things for what they are, for what they're for. Use the light for what it's for. Don't get lost into the light. You know what I'm saying? When you don't need it. Use this for what it's for. Don't get lost into that shit. Because when you don't need it, you got to learn how to eat in all forms. You know what I'm saying? Like pigs, they fucking greedy as fuck, right? They eat everything up off the earth. But 9 times out of 10, for every millionaire, successful business person, once you get into their theology of how they think, I bet you they become pigs to a certain degree. I bet you they teach you how to be one too. So you'll probably be running around like, well, they ain't literal pigs because they don't eat shit all. It's a fucking pig spirit, motherfucker. You get what you saying? None of this shit exists. Everything you see in the light is an illusion, but it comes from a frequency vibration. And once you know that, use the energy for what the fuck it's for. It's your fault you the one ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to blame somebody else, blame another vessel because they shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas, they smokeless flame, they conscious spirit was able to utilize that vessel before you. That's your fault you ain't make it to that body. You can make it to that body. See what I'm saying? Same way your ass made it to a sperm cell, same way then you utilize that sperm cell, that coat, to get your, same way you got into a coat to get your ass to work, the same way you got your ass utilized that spirit as a coat, same way same way your spirit utilized that light as a coat, which was the sperm, and the same way now you inside a body, now you need another body, now you need another body, now you need another body. It's layers on top of layers. That's why in the physical, that's all physical, because the physical form, you see your layers. You see your brain, your tissues over your brain, your skull over your brain, your blood over it, the tissue over that, all over that. You know what I'm saying? But you constantly, lights is explosions and illusions and transformations. So this ain't nothing but all stars. Everything on you is small and bigger stars rule, and they all got their own constellations and things of that nature. And they all influencing each other. And your shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas is in control, is big enough to take this many constellations. This is all separate out of you. But you're smart enough with your spirit, the conscious, to take control and make all these look like they're connected. You know what I'm saying? And condense these things, condense all these lights and influences with your darkness, your spirit, your dark spirit, right? But these things is constantly exploding. All these influences and lights, boom, 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 is constantly exploding. You know what I'm saying? And transforming. And you constantly need to develop new shit to stay sustained through your travels, to the point that you can make a big ass vessel for your gas, your spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's constantly like your eyes, you're receiving. But truly, when your eyes was new, your eyes was always quenching and blinking. Couldn't see the sun, couldn't see no form of light. Light ain't good. When your eyes is squinching and shit, that's an illusion. You seeing an illusion that you created and trying to see it in the physical realm and shit that y'all all agree on. That's burning and shit like that. But guess what? Y'all done develop something over y'all eyes now that now y'all can receive the light well. But y'all think that's a good thing. Y'all think y'all seeing. Y'all motherfuckers is blind. Y'all built some heavy duty glasses. But y'all don't see it that way, cause y'all wasn't stars. But me and my soul group was. Flight bus, bitch, goddamn air.